It is a hot, sunny day, so we're not going to be here for too long. But it's been a while since we've done a live, so let's get some news out. Let me just adjust the aircon a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't pick up on the sound. But yeah, as I said, it's Friday. We are fully in pre-season. The players have returned. Even Onana. Rashford. We've got some news around him. Ruben Amorim. Jadon Sancho. And lots more, really. Quite a lot to talk about today. A lot has happened without anything happening. Like, as we know, we've got this far in the window with just one real signing. I'm not going to count any youngsters from Southampton. We have signed Cunha. That is it. Other clubs are doing absolute crazy business. Look at Liverpool. Look at everyone they've signed. Look at Man City. Turkey and them lot. Look at Arsenal. They left it late, but they're getting the ball rolling now. One club I want to shout out who have done crazy business so far, Sunderland. Even Sunderland are doing more than Man United in this window. I think they've signed 5 or 6 players and they spent over 100 million. This is Sunderland, who came up last season just from the Championship. They have just been promoted and they're probably one of the 3 teams most likely to go back down. But even Sunderland are spending like over 100 million. I did see some of the signings they've signed, and I think January could be an interesting time for Sunderland. They signed a lot of players who will be involved in the AFCON nations, so when that time comes around, you might want to place a bet on Sunderland to lose like every game in January or something, because they're going to lose a lot of their team. But even that, like, Sunderland are making the effort to stay up. We have had our worst season ever, in my opinion. We finished 15th. Spurs finished below us, but they've had a better season because they won European silverware. Like, we were... The teams below us were expected to finish low. So it's a hard season for them. Even the teams who got relegated, they were probably expected to be relegated. So for them, it's not a bad season as such. It's just what was expected. We're Manchester United. We should not be finishing 15th and not winning any silverware. That is a terrible season. And on the back of that, to get out of this trouble, we should be spending a hell of a lot of money. But we're not. We've signed one player and we've argued with a second one for over 4 weeks, or over 6-8 weeks, over a couple of million. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So why are we doing this? I know we've been told we need to get rid of players before we can bring new players in, but we've also been told there was 100 million to spend. And then we know that the first instalment of Cunha's gone on that. That's probably like 20 of it. And a big chunk of it will be going on Embremo if that gets across the line. But why are we not trying to sell people? Why are we not escalating things? Why are we just waiting for stuff to happen, watching everyone around us buy all the good players? Like, at the start of a window, we were making moves and no one else was. And now all of a sudden we've stopped. We've been hung up on one player for the last 40 weeks by the feeling of it. It's just been going on for about 40 years. Everyone else is buying players all around us. Liverpool have smashed their transfer window so far. Manchester City, same. Sunderland have even done better than us. But as I said, we do need to sell people before we can bring people in. And maybe the first player we can sell could be Marcus Rashford. Plettigol have reported today that Barcelona want to try again for Marcus Rashford. As of now, he is their number 1 target. Obviously, we all know they wanted Nico Williams and they wanted Luis Diaz from Liverpool. Nico Williams is staying in Bilbao. He has signed a 10-year contract, so there's no chance of that one. And Liverpool have said Diaz isn't leaving, but the player has also come out saying if he does leave, he prefers Bayern Munich over Barcelona. So it's looking unlikely for Barca, which means Rashford, who was their 3rd choice, can now jump up to 1st. We've also had a tweet today from Matteo Moretto. He has said, Barca continue to keep the Marcus Rashford file open. The Marcus Rashford file open. New contract in coming days. So they haven't been speaking, but they are going to pick up the contact again over the coming days. Hansi Flick has given the green light to his arrival, so the manager's on board. Marcus Rashford only wants Barcelona, which we've known about for a while. The negotiations could progress in coming weeks. So we know that they're interested again. We know there's potential he could end up going to Spain. We don't know whether that's going to be a loan. We don't know whether they're going to look to buy him. At the moment, we just don't know. But there is interest there, which is good. Hopefully, that does mean he can move on sooner rather than later, because he has been training again. And I don't know if you've seen it, but the Sun have actually kept tabs on his arrivals. And there was one day, yesterday I believe, when Ruben Amorim left through the front door, and 7 minutes later, Marcus Rashford arrived through the back door. So it seems as if this little pettiness is going on. They're keeping each other separate. One's going out the front, the other one's coming in the back. It's all a bit crazy. But this is why we need to get rid of him. Because if the British tabloids are picking up on this now, the whole pre-season is going to be left with questions. How's Rashford doing in training? What's Rashford doing today? We don't need that. We need to get away from that. So let's get rid of him. Let's get some money and hopefully we can sell him on a permanent. We don't want to do a loan, but let's get rid of him. Someone else we can potentially get rid of. Throw him in the trash with Rashford. Jadon Sancho. 2 updates about him today. First one says Jadon Sancho's representatives have had a meeting with Ruben Amorim's side this week. Since then, Manchester United have reached a basic agreement with Juventus for around 20 million euros. Sancho has also agreed a salary of around 6 million per year. That's the first update. Second update says Jadon Sancho has agreed personal terms with Juventus, and Manchester United have also reached a basic agreement over the transfer fee. So that adds up with the first one. I'd say if one person reports it, if 2 people report it or 2 sources report it, there's likely to be more truth in it. However, the second update then goes on to say, but there is a tug of war between Jadon Sancho and Manchester United, with the player wanting a £4.3 million severance package. So Sancho has basically said, okay, I'll go, cool, but if I'm taking a pay cut, you guys need to give me some money. And the same thing happened with Harry Maguire, if you remember. He was going to join West Ham. He agreed it all. It was all good and done. They offered him the money. But then he said, well, hold on a minute. I'm taking a pay cut to go here. I've still got 2 years left on my deal. If you want me to leave, you need to pay me. And Sancho's done the same thing. He's saying, okay, cool. I'll hold my hands up. I'll join Juventus. But at the moment, I'm on close to 250k a week. They're only offering me, I don't know, 180. So I'm losing out on 70k every single week. So whilst I'm not getting that money, if you want me to leave your club, you need to pay me. And Sancho is asking for £4.3 million as a severance, which is him saying, I'll go, I'll take lower wages, but you need to make it worth my while. It's done across the board. It's our fault. We have given him too much wages. He's on too much of a high-paid job, and we need to deal with that. We either keep him for a year, pay him out, and then release him on a free, or we just let him go now. We acknowledge that he's on lower wages. Whether you agree with it or not, it's technically not his fault. His wages that he's on now, we should honour while he's a Man United player, obviously. So if we want him to go early, same as if we sacked the manager, we would pay them as well. It is a bit rubbish. Nobody wants him to leave with an extra 5 million in his hand. But if it gets rid of him, let's just give him the money from Chelsea. We had that money from Chelsea. We had 5 million. He wants 4.3. It's a big chunk of it, but it gets him off our wages. It gets him away from our club, more importantly. So for me, whatever he wants to get this done, let's do it. There was an interesting interview yesterday. Ben Jacobs was on the United stand with Mark Goldbridge, and he actually said the amount that Chelsea offered Sancho to keep him on was 180k a week, and that's what he rejected. So at United, it's believed he's on, I think, 250 or 300. He's on a lot. I think it's 250. But he was offered 180 to stay at Chelsea. Bearing in mind, this is the Chelsea he said he's grown up supporting. He's a Chelsea boy at heart. It's his dream move. He's just won European silverware with them. He scored a goal in the final. He's always wanted to play at Chelsea. Yet they offer him 180k, and he says, nah, I'm going to go back to United. Make that make sense. It just does not make sense. So anyway, as soon as we get him out of a club, the better. I think he needs to go. Same with Rashford. There's obviously different reasons. Sancho is a lot more motivated by money, as we can tell. But I just think both of them need to go. So if there is a chance that Barcelona take Rashford, and anything we can do to make Juventus take Sancho, I say we do it. They both need to go. It's not fair on Ruben Amorim. Like, he's been back a week now in pre-season. He's got the same team. We haven't sold anybody. We brought in one player. It's just not good. So a question I've got for you guys. Was Ruben Amorim told that the transfer window would be like this when he took the job? We know a lot of previous managers, especially in their first transfer window, have had more funds available. We've done a lot more deals. But what's going on this season? Obviously, I said earlier in this video, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, even Sunderland, signing a lot of players. They're spending a lot of money. But we're not. Everyone else is getting their targets. When the window opened, everyone was available. Each day that goes past now, less and less players are there. Look at Spurs yesterday. They confirmed 2 deals from West Ham and who else did they sign? Nottingham Forest. Gibbs White. That's over 100 million on 2 players. And you can't help but think that would have been us if we just beat them in the Europa final. But we've got one player. Other clubs have signed 5+. We've still got 1. We're getting towards the middle of July. We're going off on tour soon, and we know that from Man United's history, a lot of deals don't tend to be done on tour. Like, once we're on tour, then we'll come back. We'll have the international break once the season starts, and then the window will close. So we are running out of time massively. Like, we know there's players out there, but every day we leave it, more and more players are going. Ornstein put something out today about Nottingham Forest going for Rissa, and Brentford have said they won't let both players go. So as soon as one of the players goes, Mbeumo could be staying. They may just say, we're not selling him. So if Nottingham Forest do put a bid in, which is believed to be around 55 million, if that gets accepted and the player moves to Nottingham Forest, God knows what is going to happen to the Mbeumo deal. So I just think we need to act now. We can't wait around anymore over a couple of million. So what if they think he's valued at 62 million? Just pay it. Look at the fees everyone else is going for. 55 for Alanga. 60 for João Pedro, I think. There's crazy money being spent. And I don't think Bryan Mbeumo is off any of those players. I think if they want 62, we should pay 62. Just pay them the money. So just to recap, Barcelona looks like they are coming back in for their #1 target, which is apparently now Marcus Rashford. Sancho to Italy looks like it's heating up, with Juventus looking to take the player. Apparently personal terms have been agreed with the player and the club, as well as the fee with Manchester United, who are looking for around 20 million for the English winger. And yeah, Ruben Amorim. Did he know what he was getting into? That's what I want to know. I would love to know the answer to that question. Did he know what to expect? Did he know the transfer window would be this slow? Did he think he would come back from pre-season with 1 player signed and no outgoings? That's what I want to know. We are obviously on the grind to 2,000 subscribers. So if you do watch this video, please can you subscribe to the channel? It's absolutely free and it helps massively. As always, please drop a like on this video. Comment below, let me know which you think will happen first. Rashford leaving or Sancho leaving. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, guys. Goodbye.